To the fan, the subscribed fan. We're gonna get banned for violence. What?
Hi.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Gun.
Yeah. Gun of the Warrior. Oh, look, there's a big box right there. It's Bad Movie Fiends turned on subscribers only mode.
Dun dun dun.
Suck it.
Oh no.
Now you have to subscribe.
Ring that bell if you want to talk.
You have no choice.
Or puts the lotion in the basket and rings the bell. You say it's a bad movie podcast? It's a Wall Street Journal. I say it's a bad movie podcast.
Tweet and Discord. It's not even grabbing a still of us anymore. It just loads up our default image.
Well, that's fine.
It's done it for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. Nutty.
At least we're getting some use out of that image.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It doesn't show up anywhere
Good
else.
image. Yeah, it does. It's our Twitter header. Twitter header.
Yeah, but nobody sees the Twitter header.
See, I'm looking at it right now.
You
Twitter header.
you are the only one who's gone to
I went
it.
to BMFcast.
Nobody goes directly to a page. They just take a link to a tweet.
Nobody goes directly to a page.
That's the thing. Like homepages are passé now.
They are. It's a shame. We ruined the web.
We did specifically.
Home project.
Hello, Internet.
Hi.
Hey, what up, Internet?
Hello, subscribers.
What up? It's your boy Internet.
3 of you are watching right now.
That would be the 3 of us, Chuck.
Oh, shit.
Nobody cares.
I'm not a subscriber.
Nobody cares, Chuck.
People care. Yen says he cares.
Kyle cares.
Hi,
Says
Kyle.
this is a surprise. Probably because it's Tuesday.
Hey,
Oh, is
Kyle.
it Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
Surprise. Turn it to live chat, not top chat.
Top chat.
See, Curtis, there he is. Good evening, BMFcasters.
Good evening, BMFcasters.
Hello to you, Curtis.
Oh, man, I forgot to watch the Spider-Man trailer before we came in here.
BMFcast live react to Spider-Man trailer. Wow.
Remember, the still has to be like doing the fucking Home Alone face or being just absolutely stunned at something.
Good one.
Thanks.
Good stunned face.
Thanks. All right. Well, we won't do anything for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so
we're
that
just
you
going to
can
sit here in silence.
Watch us sit here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
If you have any questions for us, Kyle, now's the time.
AMA.
Word.
Type fast.
Yes.
Ask me anything. Literally anything.
God damn it, Kyle. Stop spoiling Spider-Man.
What's your ATM pin?
1, 2, 3, 4.
My ATM machine PIN number is
For the hot water heater.
5555.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I lied. That's not my pin.
Wish you weren't a liar.
It's 4321.
That's a great.
Are you listening, Australia? If you've got his card in a drawer, pull it out. It's
What was
alive
that?
again.
8 years ago that happened.
Also down there, they just type it normal.
Yeah, it's 1,
Yeah,
2, 3,
1, 2,
4
3.
down there.
It's the Coriolis.
Coriolis effect.
Precisely.
It's
It's
the-
the Coriolis.
It's the Coriolanus effect.
Yep.
I think we have some more fake IMDb trivia.
Oh yeah, that first
Oh.
one's completely fake.
I'm
Just
sure.
do not engage. It is hot bullshit.
More fake trivia.
I am, yeah.
Hello, Bill.
7 of 7 people found it useful.
7 of 7 people were duped. 7 of 7 people clicked on the link that was anonymously texted to them and got their shit hacked.
Oh, hey, looks like somebody else watched The Marine and logged it on Letterboxd.
Good for them.
I wonder if shitheads like Todd Gaines on that site just have their notifications shut off.
What do you mean shitheads like Todd Gaines?
He writes these garbage reviews and they always get like 500 likes for
Oh.
no fucking reason.
Oh, no.
It's stupid.
They're jacking off every time they get a new notification.
Jacking it.
That's the sad thing too. Like whenever anyone follows me, I'm like, oh hey, somebody likes my reviews, and it's like follows 22,000 people. Like,
Oh,
how
so
do
they
you,
follow everyone on Letterboxd.
how do you even do that?
Yeah.
Like you must have written a script that just follows literally everyone.
They look at whatever movie review they look at.
Yeah.
They just click follow because they want somebody to see that
Yes.
they followed them. It's like the thing on Twitter when
Yeah.
you used to see people following billions of people.
Yeah.
Billions.
Billions. Billions and billions.
My favorite Letterboxd thing is still like explaining. Okay, well, if a 5-star review means it's an excellent movie, 4.5 means it's an almost excellent movie. 4 stars is a really good movie. You know, it's like, do you really need to explain
Yeah, no.
the difference between 5 stars and 1 star?
Yeah, no, we understand the rating system.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
You
going
see,
on?
It's easy.
It's a
But, like-
double elimination.
I swear to God, like
1 star,
75% of
we're in.
Letterboxd profiles have to
Done.
like explain. Now listen, if I give a movie 5 stars, I really like it. What you doing, Chuck?
Just keep talking.
Am I blowing out your ears?
No, it's...
Am I talking too loud? Am I speaking too much?
How about you blow it out your ass?
Hey, maybe I will.
Well,
Give
not
me
in
a
here.
few minutes.
Not in here. There's a bathroom over there.
This is London calling.
Hello.
I've farted in the studio before,
Yeah.
I
and
remember.
it was great.
I made a meme about it.
And everyone left. I had the whole studio to myself. It was great.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
Nah,
That was a bad time.
it was pretty ripe.
I want to touch the knobs. Let me touch the knobs. I'm having problems with these headphones. These headphones are dying. I need new
Knob
headphones.
toucher.
Oh,
Well,
So you
listen,
guys really enjoyed Mikhail's Navy that much, huh?
Mikhail's Navy has jokes that really work.
yeah. There are weird things in Mikhail's Navy that are way better than they should be around a
Yeah.
garbage fucking movie.
Yeah. It is it is one of the worst movies that is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, Jesus, this is just trash, but that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is funny. Okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's a totally weird thing. It's really hard to explain. It's like, man, this movie sucks and it's great.
Yep.
I,
Every
I
once
was
in a while.
I was editing our podcast about it and listening to us retell the jokes from it and laughing my ass off remembering those jokes. Fucking hacky sack thing just fucking kills me. So
Good
good.
jokes.
Wait here, bust out the hacky sack. Boom.
Small and brown and full of beans.
Punts it immediately. Where is it? It's got good Bruce Campbell in it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A great French Stewart, man.
Oh, he's real good in it. So
Man.
excellent use of French Stewart.
Actually, good French Stewart?
No, he's
Oh.
like the least used person in the
I was
cast.
just gonna say, it's like, do you like him squinting? Then
Yeah, I mean, if you just want squinty guy, you're gonna get it. He's not really doing anything funny.
French gonna give it to you.
Does he speak French?
No. I mean, we. I like that. Like 3 different people wrote in. Was like, I always confuse this with Down Periscope. I'm like, yeah, we had that discussion.
Listen to the episode, nerds.
Did you guys? There was an email from last week. Did you read it last week?
I did.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, good. That means I don't have to.
Patrick, all I do is I grow my beard out for a while and then I trim it back, and that makes me look younger.
I mean,
Momentarily.
Don't you wonder why the walls are bare behind us? It's because we are hiding pictures of ourselves somewhere
Right.
else, and we can't look at them.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah,
Me,
know.
I just don't
I know
sleep.
that was a wild reference, wasn't it?
Oh shit! You made BJ make a face.
I just wanted to make a face. I feel like it was kind of a low effort for Harlow, but
It was.
I still enjoyed it.
So I guess all the ladies are busy on Tuesday. We usually have a
A lady
complement
or two,
of
yeah.
ladies in the chat.
I compliment ladies sometimes.
Where's Leola and Shannon?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. I think those are our two ladies.
Susie
Hmm?
and
No, don't romper room it.
Abigail.
There's Lisa. There's Angela.
There's
Pamela.
a little bit of
Monica.
Renee.
I was wondering when it was going to morph into that, and there it is.
Yes. All right, let's do this thing.
You know, I just saw that pop up there, and I
What?
completely forgot about Zadar's head popping in the top left corner.
Yeah.
I totally forgot I stuck that in there.
Yeah. Big disembodied Zadar head.
His head's just...
It's like 3D. It's coming at you.
The thing is, even from over here, I knew exactly. I was like, that's Zadar, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see that face
Yeah.
from space.
Because his head's
Space
like...
face.
Did you order yourself a new thing?
No.
Yet? Order yourself a new thing.
Dude!
Order a thing.
Again,
I told you to do that before I left. And I'm back, and it's like 2 months later that I haven't been here, and you still haven't ordered one?
I'm back.
Yeah, well. Hey.
Hey.
Wait,
Hey there.
Hey.
Hey there.
Chuck has a new complaint.
Invading my
I do?
knob space.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You're forever in debt to your priceless advice.
Chuck doesn't know that song.
No?
Chuck didn't know Hey Ya, all right?
Yeah,
You
but
What song is it?
think he knows Heart-Shaped Box?
but Nirvana was,
Oh, I
when
know that
Chuck was
song.
younger.
No, you don't. You're lying. You right now. You're like, I know that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know that song. It was a good song.
Yeah.
Don't lie to us, Chuck.
Not.
You hate Nirvana.
No.
You're like, Kurt, I'm glad he killed himself. I heard you.
More like Kurt No Brains, am I right?
Yeah.
Yuck.
He didn't. She killed him.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. You're back in the club.
Yep.
Back in the club.
welcome back.
True Nirvana fans would know that.
Oh, yeah. It is sad that Dave Grohl died that day as well. Never to make another piece of music
Yeah,
for
it's
the
real.
rest of his life.
Wait, you don't like Foo Fighters?
I mean,
Color and the Shape is
I
a-
like the color of these walls too. It's exciting. Foo Fighters are like one of the most boring bands on earth.
Ah, man.
There was one I heard one on a truck commercial, and they're like, and like a little tag in the corner said Foo Fighters, blah blah blah, and I thought it was just like a generic jingle that some ad guy put together to throw on, behind
That's
a
probably
truck.
their new album. Their new album is super generic. It is. It's super generic right now.
Everything since the first one. Okay, maybe
Color
the
and the
first
Shape
two,
is really
first
good.
two,
Color and the Shape and
the first
the other
two are
one.
good, but literally everything after that is like, to me, is
Yeah,
the
I don't know any other
exact
Foo
same
Fighters
thing.
after
Yeah.
after those.
Yeah.
So
But it was
Yeah.
funny because like Forza Horizon, when I was playing that, there's like a point where it's like, all right, man, blah blah blah. Here's some Foo Fighters.
Yeah, there's some. Foo
And I was
Fighters.
like, or he said something like, looking forward to some Foo Fighters, and I was like, that's the first time anyone said that in 25 years. All right.
wasn't he in Queens of the Stone Age as well?
Yes,
Foo Fighter.
Dave Grohl. Actually, that's the thing. Like, if he's not in Foo Fighters, he's fucking awesome.
Hmm.
But for some reason, like, they get him back with the Foo Fighters people, and it's like, all right, take your Valium and just like,
Pat Smear. Pat
Yeah.
Smear ruins everything.
It's not true. It can help you
yeah,
stay aware.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really it's an excellent test
Yeah.
to.
Patrick Smear.
oh.
I was gonna say I've done.
Patrick Spear.
I don't think we should be
Actually, Pat Smear was
encouraging
fine on the
doing this
Yeah, the first
at
album.
least once
Unplugged live in New York.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, he did his intro and then he left.
that's true. Yeah. Pay him the big bucks. Go home early.
So I might be going to see James Bond tomorrow. That'd be my first venture back to a theater. James Bond.
007. Two, three, four.
I still need to see Last Night in Soho.
Is it playing anywhere here in town?
Yes, but
I know it's not at Cinemark.
Yes.
it's not at Sunray anymore. It was only there for like 3 days.
Lame.
It's at some of the other theaters, but nothing was convenient when I wanted to go Monday.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yesterday. It was all either at like 6:30 and I couldn't make that, or 9:45, and I wasn't going to be out at a movie theater at 9:45 because I'm an old man now.
Yeah. Jen wants to see Eternals, but I'm just like, no. I'd rather not. I'd rather wait till it's on Disney Plus.
I would rather wait till it's on Disney Plus too.
Yeah. I mean, didn't really like Nomadland, so why would I like this? Anyway, Harlow's got the clap. I see him
do.
warming
I
up the
do.
clap.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Go get a shot.
Yeah, syphilis. Chlamydia.
Syphilis. 1, 2.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey!
BMFcast.
Yes.
Episode 527.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Numbers and stuff. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Yeah, we're at
Full
strength.
house.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
It's pretty good.
However,
It's a good movie.
there are bad movies. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags of some giant bags of trash in which they belong.
Boo.
Throw 'em out.
Get rid of them.
I think I missed a line there. Something about stay away, but whatever.
Whatever.
They're bad
Negative
movies.
sliding scale. Just get out.
Bad movies is just stay
be
away. I
gone.
think is what I usually say.
Gross.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Whatever. They're bad.
Yeah, they're bad. You know what bad means.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah. M-A-L if you like the Latin.
If your movies are bad, get glad.
Right. And
New
put your movie in it.
stretchy movie bags.
Speaking of stretchy movie bags. Andy Sedaris movies.
And
Yeah.
scene.
I think we're done here.
So,
9105 jocks.
We're back at the latest in the Lethal series.
Yeah.
Lethal Ladies.
lethal ladies,
Ladies,
lethal
man,
enforcers, lethal.
LETHAL.
We're getting near the end, though.
This is the penultimate.
Yeah.
One more. Then that's it.
It shows.
He's getting tired.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, not so tired that he decided to come back.
Right. Yes.
Take the reins back over from
But
his boy.
babysitters.
Right.
okay, so
We're talking 1996's Day of the Warrior.
yes. So is this one? Which did Christian Sedaris do the last two?
Yes, he did Enemy Gold and the Dallas Connection.
Okay.
And then
Those were the two that were just like, man, we are at this cabin, and that is where we were staying.
Yep.
Because
We
I
were
want to say
filming
one
out in
was
the woods and-
yeah, one was the Confederate gold, right? And
Yep.
then it was just like a lot of bad fake slow motion flashbacks, and then a lot of
Yeah.
just, hey, we were setting up booby traps outside this cabin, and scene.
yeah.
So
Booby
as we know,
traps.
Yes.
Andy Sedaris was kind of like the Wes Anderson of his time. He had his troupe, and he brought them back
Yeah, he did have his troop.
for multiple stories.
Yeah, I don't know if there's quite as much symmetry going on.
It is
Well,
it is
considering
a
all the
little
90s
lopsided.
boob jobs, there's
Probably more symmetry
The doctors
than-
could make them
than
symmetrical.
naturally, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm going to read off as Chuck has phrased it when he wrote this up. He said, "Confusing as shit." So we're going to make it as simple as possible. Andy
Right.
Sedaris, he's back.
Yes.
That's good.
Sure.
Christian Sedaris, not as good. The 3 male leads are all new.
Mhm.
All new dudes.
Yes.
Julie Strain is back. This is her 4th new character because I believe all the other ones died at some point in each of those movies.
Yes.
So, new character, same Julie Strain. Julie K. Smith and Gerald Okamura are back as their same characters from the previous film, The Dallas Connection.
Yes.
The aforementioned Dallas Connection.
So this is technically a sequel.
Yes. Okay. Ray Hollett, new to the series, played Zap on American Gladiators.
Yes.
Was that the warrior?
No, the
No.
warrior was a dude.
The warrior was Marcus.
This was the
Buff
lady,
Bagwell.
the bad lady,
Oh,
the sort of
her.
muscly lady,
Okay.
the one who put
I've never seen American Gladiators, so
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know who Zap was.
She was the one who was rubbing paint on Marcus Bagwell's bulging biceps.
All right. Okay.
.tumblr.com.
There you go. Okay, and this is Rodrigo Obrego's.
Sure.
Obregon's.
What?
Obregon?
Obregon.
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 You're welcome.
Rodrigo Obregon.
Yes.
It's his 9th new character in the franchise.
Uh-huh.
They just keep bringing him back.
Every time it's a new guy.
Dude's got a gig for life.
Yep. Well,
Well, he did. Richard Cancino's 5th new character.
Mhm.
Which character? Who was Richard Cancino?
he was one of the two bumbling idiots, the one with the
Okay.
ponytail.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
He has always played one of those two types in all the movies. There were always two people who would show up and do dumb shit.
I only vaguely remember him from the last one.
I just remember one. There was like a raft or something that
Yeah.
blew up, and that became the joke of that or the title of that
Yeah.
episode that we did, the canoe or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
I just know he was the one who picked up, who was the chauffeur in disguise in the last one, and then yeah. But anyway, Ted Pryor's in this.
Yeah, I
As
got
in-
like
as in
12.
Deadly Prey. Ted Pryor is in this.
So I think what drew Ted Pryor to this project was that he only makes
Tits.
movies that are filmed in the woods,
Uh-huh.
and they just found him.
Yeah,
and they're
and
like,
he had
"Hey,
seen the
Ted."
last couple. He's like, yeah. He was hanging out at the cabin.
Yeah,
I'm like, Ted.
just like, hey, you make all those Deadly Prey movies in the woods. Come be in our movie. It's also in the woods.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, and Kevin Eastman shows up because Julie Strain's in it.
Yep.
so.
I don't know who he played, but
I think he
I
was one
think-
of the real nerds. that
Yeah, he was
knocked
one
out
of the
in
nerds
closet.
that
Okay.
got
Yeah.
chained up in a
good for him.
Like barely in the movie,
Closet.
just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm married to this lady.
and delivered his lines as if he
was not an actor.
was not a guy.
It was a guy who was married to Julie
Yeah.
Strain. Although Julie Strain also delivers her lines like she's not an actress. So, God bless her.
Weirdly,
Hey, some people create Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and then marry, softcore porn stars.
Way above their pay grade.
weirdly, Julie Strain is one of the people that's delivering lines as opposed to reading cue cards or.
She has a couple of scenes of exposition in this where it's very clear she is reading something, but she's better in this than she has been in the last couple. So.
The thing about, I feel like we always have a discourse on Julie Strain whenever she shows up. But to me, it's like she'll deliver the line, but the timing is off. Always. Like her brain has to click to get the line out that, like that second later than it should.
Right.
But then the line, like if the line had been timed correctly, it would probably be fine. But
Yeah,
it
it just kinda
becomes
dies on the vine.
awkward because it's always like someone will be like, Julie Strain, you're Julie Strain. She'll be like, I am Julie Strain. It's like there's just something off about.
And they
the
never
delivery.
managed to fix it with the edit.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I'll never understand it. But still, good
While
looking
we're-
woman.
Look,
I mean,
we're talking about edits.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't have much in the way to offer to talk about editing. I just wanted to, I don't know why, I thought that the phone calls were well edited. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but that usually bugs me in
yeah.
low-budget movies.
Yeah.
That they hang on the wrong person and
Yeah.
badly mic the other end
Yes.
so you can't hear it, but they were well cut between the few times that
Yes.
just a
Yeah.
weird thing I noticed.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Good job, Sedaris.
yeah. Otherwise, it's. I guess the thing about these now that we've reached this point is they're just tit delivery vehicles.
Hashtag TDV. Yeah.
They're straight to Cinemax or whatever. But
Yeah.
they really are. But
They're serving a market that's different than the previous market.
The problem they have reached is that, like, before it was like, hey, let's hop in the hot tub. Okay. And they're stripping out of their clothes. And it's like, oh, yeah, here we go. And they're going to do softcore belly rubbing stuff. And with this one, it's just like, the first nudity you see for almost every woman in the movie is basically like, okay, get changed so you can go on this mission. Because Shay Marks, is that her name? I believe Shay Marks, the actress,
the gigantic actress,
the actress who, if you look at the poster, you will know who Shay Marks is.
Sure, she hits her marks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Tiger.
I mean,
Yeah, Tiger.
this is a woman who they may be G cups. I'm not positive.
They're enormous.
But
Yeah.
she weighs like 100 pounds, and
Yes, her poor back.
yeah, that woman had problems later in life. She had to have. But like the first nudity they show of her is her just changing in an office.
She
And
changes
it's-
from her mildly revealing office attire into her significantly more revealing going out to meet
She was-
someone at
Yeah.
an airport attire.
She's in the IT department.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Stands for enormous tits.
basically like discovers like, I mean the basic
Enormous.
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 It's the New Zealand way to say it.
Enormous.
enormous. Basically, like discovers that the lethal agency's been hacked. Julie Strain's character is now like basically the head, I guess, or at least like
Yeah,
She's-
she runs the agency.
She's in charge of
Her door
Yeah,
says
I think-
director.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Director
casual
Willow
Friday.
Black.
She's wearing a unikini to work. It's
while
just-
she exercises in
Yeah.
in her office because she
Yeah.
was on a budget meeting.
But okay, I just want to jump back. The point I was trying to make when I was talking about, okay, this chick just changes, and the nudity for her, the first nudity we see is just her changing in an office.
Yeah.
Is like, I will, to my death, say that the one mistake in Gremlins is revealing the gremlin in the cabinet before you show the kitchen gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same thing. It's like, there's a scene later on where she's about to get it on with a dude, and it's like, okay, here we go. And you've already wasted the nudity because it's like, oh yeah, we showed her changing in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You
Yeah,
know? And
so,
it's like, what is the point of this at this point? Like, what are you even trying to do, Sedaris?
This lady in particular. Now, I don't want to come across as some sort of pervert here, but let me just in thinking
be
of.
I've just had like a
uphill battle.
5-minute diatribe about when you show nudity in a movie.
Well, I'm gonna take that a step further because, like, you take this lady that we're talking about, this tiger character. When she's presented, you're just like, Jesus Christ, ma'am, that is a rack. I look forward to seeing that later in the film when they are finally revealed. But then it's like, there they are, and you're like, wait, I need.
That's quite a rack. I ran to the theater.
So Harlow and I were talking about this on an extra recently about just how nudity sometimes pops up in movies, and we watched this movie that the nudity was very locker room-esque, where it was just like you just walk in and there's ladies changing, and that's the nudity.
Right.
That's a lot of the nudity in this. It's just they will cut to someone changing their clothes, and I understand that there's kind of an appeal for certain people who are just like, I'm sneaking in the locker room, I'm watching someone change,
Yeah.
but I think the bulk of us in this room are like, no, build up to that and then have a reveal and it'll be glorious and we'll all enjoy it. Not just like, well, there they are. Anyway.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the type of movie you're doing. I mean, if you want, true cinema verite, if like you are doing a sports film, that would be very common for people to just be walking around in the locker room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I know. I forgot some French.
That's
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, but like in these kind of movies, you're like, well, we know what we're here for,
Right.
Like at least have the cable guy walk in, just like do a little presentation, like before,
Yeah.
The unveiling.
But I mean, this movie does the opening credits of this movie are intercut with Julie K. Smith, who is undercover as a stripper, stripping, and so I mean, tits are out real quick here. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's really not like you were saying. This is more of a we're in the 90s now, and the home video market needs these things. The Cinemax market needs these things. In the 80s and early 90s, they were action films that also had some TNA, and now it is just TNA, and maybe we'll remember to put an explosion in there. Mm-hmm. They just flipped, and God bless him. Obviously, he was making a career at this. Although I'm pretty sure at one point he was filming in his house, and the power went out because he hadn't paid his bill, and they had to light the scene with
That was the
flashlights.
artsy shot.
No,
It was
No.
reflecting off the
No.
water. That was the
No.
artsy shot.
I think
I liked it.
I think the TNA has disappeared from the action movie basically because like why? I mean, there's no reason to combo package it anymore. It's
No.
like we have porn readily available on the internet. It's
Right.
just like, and plus it's like we're entering a time where it's like, for a lot of action movies, like look, the ladies are doing the same stuff. You know,
Yes.
like and they're not. You know, they're not here to just flash their tits. It's like they're
Well,
fighting,
I mean,
they're fighting.
You're also
dudes and-
selling movies a whole different
Yeah.
way now. You're not
Sure.
selling them with
Sure.
with
Yeah, these things just
this cover in
these
a
things
video store.
do not exist. Like
Yeah.
like this market is dead. The
I know
entire
that. I doubt
erotic
that.
anything market is dead.
I doubt that. I mean, I'm sure there's like some home, like, you know.
I just pay for custom stuff now.
I mean, isn't like I mean, when you call that like, isn't that what the, like the Jim Wynorski market is like light action with TNA?
He doesn't do these. He doesn't do
anymore?
them anymore either.
No action whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
He does like Sci-Fi Channel movies and stuff
Okay.
like that. Like that kind of movie has been dead since about 2015, 2016. Just
Okay,
it last gasps and now it's gone.
I just figured there was always going to be like, you know, the softcore porn person who's like, I can do action, and you know, let's make a movie.
No,
Okay.
it got weird.
Yeah, okay.
Now they just get bottom of the barrel like Hulu original movies or whatever.
Yeah,
Well, there isn't any softcore porn anymore either.
No,
Let's face it, there's porn.
yeah. It's just like you know where it is.
There's porn and nobody pays for it.
There's,
So
there's,
we
there's,
still don't know
there's
how
a-
it gets
there's
made
a Bing
anymore.
search and then you know everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I find it funny that this movie. Okay, two things about it. One is that the early part of this movie presents itself like the bad guy's main plot is pornography stealing. Like
Yeah,
he's
part of it.
illegally duplicating pornography, and that's where this elite class of whatever they are focusing all their energy on. They're like, we got to stop that.
Well, the
That's one of the like three things.
No,
that
I
they
know,
mentioned.
but that's where I'm going with this. Is that it's funny to me that they are all focused on that. They're like converging on Vegas to put a stop to this illegal pornography ring or whatever. It's been established, and they already know about like his gold and diamonds and jewels and all this other bullshit that he's involved in. And then it turns out the pornography thing was just this big red herring, means fuck all. And then they're like, oh wait, I did hear that he's been dealing in gold and stolen art. And like, yeah, you heard that at the beginning of the movie. You said it. I understand you put that ruse in there to have some TNA, but you had that anyway.
Right.
So
I mean, the main plot of the movie is, as I said, the IT lady in the beginning is like, we've been hacked, and basically all, you know, it's like the knock list is gone, and all of our undercover agents are now exposed, and you know, we got to pull them all back in, which is like 5 people, but that are all related to this investigation. You've got a couple that are pretending to be basically porn stars.
Laser and Blazer.
No.
Spider and snakes.
Shark and scorpion.
Sure. Okay.
That old joke.
That old chestnut.
Scorpion rode across the lake on the back of a shark.
There's one dude who's like acting like muscle for like the guy that they're trying to catch, I think.
Doc.
Yeah.
Or some
He's the Abilene stand-in. He's
Right.
not named Abilene, but they even do an Abilene
They do,
joke
yeah.
about him not being able to shoot straight.
There's the one lady who came back, Cobra from the last one, is like an exotic dancer. I don't know how that fits in.
She's in Vegas trying to crack the illegal pornography thing.
Sure, sort of. I
Yep.
mean, it's more the other couple, but
No,
okay.
they're all there.
Yeah, I
she is
know.
all. She's the
But-
club aspect of the illegal pornography.
But basically, it's just like, hey, everyone who's not in the field, get out there and get the people that are in the field out of the field, and you know,
Yeah.
and
Isn't there
also-
somebody in?
Yeah.
No, the exotic dancer was in Los Angeles.
She was in LA. Yes,
Yeah, she was
Oh.
in.
she was on the Sunset Strip, I believe. I don't know. They go to like the
She goes to
902
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, yeah.
She's there about diamonds.
They go to like the Santa Monica Pier, I think, at
Diamonds.
one point, or Malibu. I don't know. They go like several places just to be like, look, we are here, and totally not the other places.
Oh,
we're
they
totally-
steal so many shots in Santa Monica. Driving around in their Suzuki X90 or whatever that is.
But I mean, the thing is like a lot of these Sedaris movies, you know, like none of your good guys are really gonna bite it. You know, like it's like, you know, everyone's gonna pretty much survive. Like, I mean, there are a couple like fake outs where like the couple posing as the porn couple looks like they just get murdered, like in this one scene, and then you know Julie Strain and the other dude, the Woo, or is that what his name is? I don't know.
Foo.
Foo.
Okay.
Elvis Foo.
Okay.
Foo.
Like, you know, come in and save them, but like they're totally okay. I don't think they're in the rest of the movie, but they,
Right.
you know, they're alive. but I mean, that's the thing is like it's kind of just like, oh no, we got to get over here, and our cover is blown, and oh no, well, we got away.
So, because he was not a BMFcast alum, we have not talked about him, but let's talk about the titular warrior,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
who is the main bad guy of the film. He's played by WCW's Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell,
Buff
if you will.
Bagwell. Buff the Stuff. Buff Daddy. Any number of nicknames you want for Mr. Bagwell. He is a wrestler man also in the film, so big acting stretch. It is explained that he has some Native American ancestry in him, so he dresses like a Native American for fun, just in business meetings and in his office.
It's some dumb backstory. It was like he was special forces, blah, 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 and then they decided they didn't need him anymore, so he came back here and adopted his mother's persona.
Yeah, and became a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
He delivers all of his lines like a professional wrestler.
well, he is and
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
He spends a lot of time in fully oiled up and with face paint.
He kind of just hangs out, like, waiting for people to bring people who have failed him in so that he can fight them and murder them somehow.
Yeah,
And totally lied to him, too. He's just like, whatever, man, I'm going to fight you with one hand tied behind my back, and then just
Punch.
Like, fucking
Pile
DDTs
driver.
this pile driver. This
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
yeah, he that's his thing is like, okay, you failed me, let's wrestle. And it goes bad immediately for most people involved.
Right.
It's a hell of a choice reaching out to the struggling WCW at the time to pull in a wrestler to put him in your film to hope to get some promotion on Turner Broadcast Television.
Did they?
Yeah, there was not a lot of like, hey kids, go see this movie, because obviously no, but they were very much like, hey, Buff Bagwell's in a movie, that's cool, that'll come out soon. So
Sedaris had nice things to say about Buff in the intro video that we watched.
the one where Julie Strain licks his head.
Yeah,
Twice. She licks his head twice.
And Sedaris gives a look like gross as they fade out the camera.
I mean, we say this every time. You hire Julie Strain for
Julie Strain reasons.
bullet point reasons on a piece of paper, and you get that. You just get a giant woman with a ridiculous rack who is going to be vamping it up in every opportunity, and she excels at that. Like, she's good at that. And even like in this weird promotional thing that they shot them all at the same time for all of these videos. She just walks into the room and just starts grabbing her tits and licking Andy Sedaris' head. And you're like, yeah, this is pretty much what I figure like being around Julie Strain is like at all times.
I mean, I feel like my plot recap kind of begins and ends there. It's just like, oh no, we're in trouble. Oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're in trouble. Oh, we're fine.
At this point, it's just...
Yeah, it's just...
This is the one that feels the most like... in like the late Roger Moore movies where it's just like, man, John Glenn really wanted to direct a comedy, didn't he? Because they just keep interjecting comedy shit into all of it. And that's what this feels like, is those later Bond films where it's like, your comic timing doesn't work, and you keep trying to force this over and over and over with all these characters.
Well, like, okay, so
because we've had the goofy guys.
Yeah, I was going to say the
before.
goofy guys end up like grabbing the porn couple and like not grabbing them, but like, hey, contacting them and like, hey, we're gonna shoot a porn and you're down, right? And anyway, they get in the room and it's just like, it's very strange because this couple, like, they've had one scene where they speak, but then it's just like they interact with other humans face to face and they don't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
Like the goofballs are there and it's just like they walk in and it's just like, we are cyborgs, we are going to fuck now.
Yeah, we are fuck robots.
Yeah.
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 Time to fuck.
Like they're in the Hall of Presidents.
Just to the point that like this is just such
the
a
porno Hall of Presidents.
Sure. I wouldn't put these two in
I
at
think
first, but
I think that's just called the Hall of Presidents. So,
don't get political.
Well, Taft, that guy fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Taft was a fuck machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ride the wave,
I think
ladies.
you went to Tub Girls.
Man, it had been like
He's-
5 years since I had heard that
Ew.
phrase.
But he's-
Once again,
What?
an internet
Taft?
reference from.
But he's the guy who got stuck in the tub. He's the
yeah,
big fat guy.
yeah, but I didn't need to be reminded of.
Fine. Okay.
Stuck in the tub.
Fine.
Tub girls.
Fine, we'll talk about Leonard Fillmore.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He was the goatsy guy.
Oh, Chester A. Arthur.
Martin Van Buren, not a good lay. Anyway,
Yeah. Yes.
these two fuck like robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the point that like the goofballs, like they don't even have a boom. They're like it's just like one dude is standing there with a microphone. Which
Yeah.
also like why you don't need live sound. Just
you don't.
just ADR this shit later.
And they decide this mid-scene that they don't need
Now,
that.
the people are standing there live performing the sex, and the one guy with the mic just like, passes it to the other guy. And it's like, the people are there. You could just be vocal. Like,
Yeah.
For a series of movies that are now borderline pornography, it's funny how they have absolutely no fucking idea how pornography is filmed and aren't even trying to make like a convincing shoot in any way, shape, or form. Just a camcorder, a guy holding a loose microphone, and two people up against a wall writhing around.
I mean, everything about the Sedaris verse, the Sedaris CU, Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, CU.
The
Basically
stratosphere.
Right. Well, I mean, she only introduced.
Yeah,
she's a late strain. But yeah, basically, it just feels like a 10 to 12-year-old found his grandpa's Playboys, but like for like 3 minutes, and got like the most basic idea of how things work,
Sure.
and then was just like, I got it all. I understand it. I am going to go teach the world.
Everything works.
Yeah.
Or like 90 seconds of a scene came through clear on Cinemax.
Sure.
And they're like, oh, that's how all sex works.
Yep.
Yeah, it just feels like the guy is like the kid who has no idea what's going on is like, I'm going to teach all the other kids how this works, and it's like,
Well,
dude, I don't.
throughout this film, there will be just random bits of footage that are interrupting other, like the actual action of the film, like characters going from one place to another. They would just cut to someone putting on clothes, and now back to what these other people are doing.
Like it cut to one point where Cobra is just literally like changing clothes, gets in a car, and it's like, where the fuck was she going?
That was literally it. It's like we would have been fine
Yeah.
establishing that she just arrived somewhere.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. We know she got dressed.
Yeah. I don't even know what that led to. It's just like
You talked about the phone calls and how those were well edited.
Dude, yeah.
They spend longer lingering on a plane taking off than they do on the sex scene. And then they have the plane land with a different airline.
Well, those were different characters arriving.
Oh, okay.
We saw certain characters leave,
but
and
the way the editing is done
yes.
makes it seem as if.
yeah.
Seemed like a goof, but not a
Yeah.
goof.
Well,
Not a goof.
so the other thing about this, like, this is where I thought you were going with like the James Bond comparison, especially the later ones, where it is you have your 3 or 4 locations, and you're going to be jetting off to each one for a chunk of the film. This one does that, but it is so haphazard and random. There are times I have no idea where we are.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that all the locations are shitty. Like except for when they're stealing the shots in Beverly Hills and Santa Monica, because those are obviously where they are. Like the locations are Shreveport, the shitty side of Vegas, some Louisiana casino, and
that fucking cabin.
the same cabin we see all the time, and a bunch of woods.
Don't forget the spectacular Holiday Inn that looks like it hadn't been redecorated for about 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Super 8?
No, there was a scene in
Okay,
Super 8,
yes,
but
there was
later
Super 8.
Julie Strain and
There was a Holiday Inn that looked like it was straight out of the 70s.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
which Julie Strain calls for room service in, and I'm like, no, ma'am. Do you not know where
Not
you
the
are?
Holiday Inn.
You ain't getting that. Yeah, so it is. It's geographically confusing because you don't know where anybody is at any given time, but also none of the locales are in any way. We lamented about this before, like the movies moving to Dallas, and we figured that was just the kid was like, well, we'll shoot in Dallas, it'll be cheap. But apparently, the entire Sedaris clan must have moved to Dallas because, aside from that one nightclub that was in the last two, which is not here, this is all the same shit. It's the same lake, it's the same cabin, it's the same woods, it's all the same stuff.
Yeah, you can tell they ran out of money
Yes.
because there is a scene that we can't confirm it, 99% sure, shot in Sedaris' house.
Yeah. I because there are posters for Sedaris movies on the wall.
Or production studio, if he actually had one. I mean, something where he would have all the posters from the previous movie. I'm pretty sure how.
I honestly swear to God think it was his
And
house.
the conference room is the same conference room as the last movie
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Where they do have one brief scene in there, and it is the exact same room that was in that one.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like this whole recycled feel to everything.
Yeah. It's just I get it. Like, you probably realized it was super cheap to film there, and if you got an attractive cast, you could maybe pull off the same thing. But there's just something about seeing Hawaii on film that you're like, this place is gorgeous. Hardly anyone ever goes there. Nothing around me looks like this. It looks really good on film. Shreveport doesn't. And that's the other thing, too, is that the bulk of this movie is filmed in fucking Shreveport, but they're jacking off over the fact that everyone is working in Dallas. The movie just gloats over Dallas the entire time. Like, Dallas is just the most majestic place on earth. Characters are like leaving Vegas to go, oh, we're going to the Big D, and it's like,
to the point that the goofballs are just like, yeah, we're hot shit investor hacker dude, something. Look at these ladies that we found from Stanford, and look, they have boobs. And this one lady takes her top off immediately at the pool, and it is two of the best reaction shots I've ever seen. I'm not
This
saying
is the only
I'm
point
not
where
saying
the
her
comedy
breast.
actually works.
This is not a joke. I mean, these are the dudes that are just like, gulp.
yep.
But they're basically like, come on, ladies, we're going to Dallas. And they hop in the car and get on. I mean, I don't think we ever see them.
We don't
those
see them
ladies.
again.
But, I mean, it's like, it is implied that they take those ladies to Dallas.
Yeah. Come on, ladies, let's leave Santa Monica and go to Dallas. And they're like, okay. But they must have like just, oh, we left our tickets. We'll be right. We'll meet you on the plane. We'll meet you on the plane. You fellas go ahead.
I do want to point out the joke right before that reaction shot, which is the guy asks them what their IQ is, and the girl stands up and pulls her top aside and says, it's like
36, 24.
36, 24, 34. It's like,
And they both just go, gay.
Solid joke.
Yeah. There. Okay. So here's another thing that's weird is that if you think back to the Dallas connection, there was actually some, even though that was his kid, there was some actual Andy Sedaris ass stuff in that. There was like the remote control car bombs, and it was getting back to what seemed like the really stupid shit, the stuff we really liked, and we all liked the Dallas. We were like, okay, it's back. Like, they fixed it. I don't know what Enemy Gold was all about, but they realized, oh, we got to put that dumb shit in there. This movie just doesn't have that. There's a couple of like, there's a dude who gets shot in the leg, which heals over time really quickly, but he's given a cane to walk around with, and that becomes a weird missile launcher that blows up a shack at one point.
Yeah.
It's a real good explosion.
There is one tiny crossbow that ends up having an explosive bolt on it.
Yes.
There seemed like there was about to be some shenanigans because there's this obviously fake owl outside of this shed that is just
will not stop hooting.
Yeah. And I mean, it's
just like
it's
this movie.
I was going to say it's far from the only fake hooter in this movie, but
it is another
fake hooter.
disappointing fake
it's
hooter.
a Hall of Presidents owl.
But I thought that like it was
the owl in Clash of the Titans was more convincing.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Bubo?
Yes, I do. Bubo.
See what
I do, yeah.
Dude, a Furby is more convincing than this
But
owl.
I thought this
Furby's
was going to
pretty
be
good,
like
too.
some shenanigans. I thought it was going to be a spy cam / sniper owl or
we
something.
all wanted like remote control owl.
But no, just
Do
the
it.
American Gladiator later shoots it with a shotgun and says something stupid.
I had an even more glorious wish, which was that I wanted that woman to be killed by owls at the end of the film because she had such a murder boner for owls. She was like, I hate this thing, and shoots it. I wanted her to die at the end by a bunch of owls coming in and murdering her. Yeah. But if they couldn't afford one owl, they weren't going to be able to afford more than one owl.
That's a murder of crows.
Oh.
I don't know what's a flock of owls, gathering of owls, a coven of owls. What?
Yes.
barn of owls.
Barn?
Barn, yes.
I know there were barn owls, but yeah.
I'm blanking on that.
A gang.
I'll get back to you.
Gang
Okay.
of owls.
A posse.
A troop.
Yes.
Oh.
Owls aren't really that collective. It's a parliament of owls.
Oh.
Parliament?
Yes.
Is it
Just
really?
like ravens.
Oh.
Dumb.
Man,
Nice.
I just learned something.
Man.
What the fuck?
Fancy fucking owls, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
But like the explosive crossbow bolt that kills the dude is the most Sedaris moment in the film because it's the greatest hits of all the things we like, which is like lady had brought it along and dude was like, do you really need that? And so she presents it to him after he's failed with his gun. And she's like, you want to try this? And he's like, yeah. And shoots the dude who's like, ow, I've been bolted in the chest. And then he fucking explodes.
Yeah.
And they both do the thing where they look at each other and go, yeah! And that is the Sedaris thing in any movie. When someone blows up something, they just look at someone else and go, yes! That thing.
Yeah, taking pride in your gadgetry.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like,
it's
we
important.
fucking murdered that guy. Fuck yeah! So, I'm slightly appreciative of the running joke in this, even though it is terrible every time it comes up of I have something to get off my chest. The fact that they do it 3 times
Yeah.
is commendable, even though it sucks. And every
It's
time,
a rule of threes, though.
every time we came up with something better,
Yeah.
There's also a weird callback to a line that was said in the last film. There's a line that Julie Strain says something about like it's a right cross and everything else sucks, but then someone else says it in this
Yeah.
when they punch someone. It's a real strange callback, but someone was like, "That's a great line. We got to use it again." That's someone being Andy Sedaris.
Yeah. We mentioned Ted Pryor's in it.
He is, yeah.
He is one of the FBI agents, I guess. FBI. Or whatever they are. CIA.
Lethal.
One of the lethal agents.
Are they lethal agents?
Yes.
Those guys?
Yes.
Okay.
They are the
Sure.
men's division of the Lethals.
Sure. I thought they were supposed to be with the government or something.
Well, the guy with the accent is from Washington.
Right.
He's not part of the Dallas division of Lethal.
Okay, they're
who-
the Washington division.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
No.
Yeah.
I thought they were referencing Washington, meaning the government.
Yeah, no, it's Australian and Ted Pryor from Washington.
Right.
To come.
And Julie Strain and company have accused those two of being the mole who has leaked their identities because they've all been attempted to be murdered. And they say, no, we're not. And they're like, huh, okay. And eventually, yeah, it's revealed Ted Pryor's the one.
Yeah,
And
it's real funny because it's like it's a reveal just for us.
yeah, kind of.
Because we're like, look, if you're gonna cast Ted, Ted Pryor in this cast is a get. Like that's
Yeah.
like, I understand these movies have had like Eric Estrada and Pat Morita and stuff like that in them, but Ted Pryor, like to us, you're like, wow, you got Ted Pryor, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, Ted Pryor's barely in this. What's the deal? And it's like, he's obviously the bad guy. He's Ted Pryor. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And he is. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. But he has maybe like 3 lines, honestly, I feel like.
He has a little more than that. I mean, he does a lot of yes sir and stuff like that until the reveal, and then he starts barking a little bit more. But man, he has a good stumble out of the woods after he gets blown up.
Yeah.
It is a real good comical just stumble around. And there's another part of so at near the beginning of the movie where the guy's rescuing the other guy from the Mexican federales or whatever he's doing, and this guy's being whipped to death, and he rescues him and then slaps him on the back.
Oh yeah, they show he's got these like horrendous
Yeah.
whip wounds on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey pal, go on, get the Jeep, wait for me." Slap.
Yeah, he's like, you're safe now. Everything's great. And slaps him on the back.
Yeah.
And then like wipes his hand
And they
off
both
because
they
got
both
blood
react
all over it.
appropriately.
Yes.
The guy
Yes.
who got slapped goes, ooh.
Yeah, like I'm shitting on the comedy in this movie, but there's a couple that work. Like the timing actually works, but like nothing with the 2 dorky guys works.
The stealth bulldozer bit works in a real dumb way because both the agents and them are just screaming their heads off for no reason
Yeah.
when the stealth bulldozer shows up. Which then the 2 dorky guys are so like they are obsessed with destroying the car, even though they know the dudes aren't in the car anymore. They're just like, rip that car to it's like, yeah, but they're not in it. You saw them get out, so what are you doing?
You got a bulldozer, might as well use it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they have. There's a whole running thing where like nobody can shoot them throughout the movie, and
Yeah,
they
no.
shoot like 4 different agents at some point. None of them lethal shots, but they're able to shoot the porn agents.
They shoot her in the fucking chest,
Yeah,
and she's fine.
yeah. They just patch her up.
Like the paramedics show up and are just like, well, you're lucky your breast stopped the bullet,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah,
It's a
Lucky it hit you between a rock and a hard place.
I mean, they have
Like, it's
they
a
have
weird
sat her
place
in
to
a
get
lawn
shot.
chair
Yeah.
in the parking lot of this uplink downlink center that they're filming in the parking
Yeah.
lot of. She's just in a fucking plastic lawn chair as the paramedics are tending to her while Gerald Hockenmore is standing there with a gun, like in combat stance, like they may come back.
yeah. I want to keep talking about this movie, but there's so it's so random in how everything happens, at where everything is. There's too many characters. There's too many things going on for there to be nothing happening in this movie. But it's kind of like plot. There really is no plot. There's nothing there. It's just a bunch of random scenes of things.
It's weird how often they will start a scene that means nothing, like when they go to the general store. And it's very much established, like they established like the old people outside, and like, oh, they've got ice cream and chili and pickles and all the four food groups. They're and then they just cut away from that. It's like, wait, what, were you gonna do some hijinks in the general store? Like, what? Obviously, that store let you film there, and for in exchange for that, you had to put them in the movie.
Thank them in the credits.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of. And now these characters are here, and then it's like, well, why are they there? And it's like, don't worry about that. They're not there anymore. Mm-hmm. There's a lengthy sequence of Cobra walking around Beverly Hills to a song about her.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. She gets a Stargrove song.
She does.
I guess that is a Stargrove, isn't it?
Kind of, mostly because you could just insert your own lyrics. Because it's got a very...
Oh, yeah, it's a very...
And you could just be like, Cobra's going over
But
here.
yeah, it's like a Cobra. She's a lethal lady.
Yeah.
Stargrove running through the danger zone.
I just like that some of the lyrics are like,
eating through an ice cream cone.
No one knows who Cobra is. And I'm like, yeah, but you're singing about her like anyone's going to know who Cobra is now.
The weird thing is, like, there's a couple of decent-sized explosions in this movie, but they kind of come... like after the action scene's over, sort of.
Mm-hmm. They're the period at the end of the sentence.
Yeah, well, because I mean, like, there's one like when the dude rescues the guy from getting whipped and beat and everything. He basically sends the guys off. He's like, Mexico's 50 miles that way. Just start running.
Yeah.
I don't
beat
know,
feet.
A whole thing. And then he's just like, oh yeah, before we go, let me rocket launcher this shack.
The shack that was half
ran.
destroyed already. Anyway.
Yeah,
And your sweet Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that blows up. The
like,
the
okay.
fuel depot blows up with
fuel
the
depot.
with
The fuel shed.
with the cane rocket, and the man blows up from the explosive bolt.
Yeah, and they blow up the boat with the two dork guys on it.
Yes.
And they survive.
Yeah, they just get the cartoon
Yeah.
That
Wile E. Coyote.
Cartoon Ash face.
that fuel depot explosion is real good, and it was
Yeah.
way too big
Yeah.
for that little shack.
Yeah, it got you. You were like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there
just-
you could see a shockwave,
and-
it was that big of an explosion.
And they blow up the car that Rodrigo Obregon was in after Ted Pryor had double-crossed him.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one, like, they blew that one up where the
That was a good one.
windshield goes flying off.
Yeah,
That thing.
Yeah.
Well, the way that one was lit was really lucky for them, because in the slow-mo you see a like wave front of glass flying through the air and sparkling. It was that was beautiful.
the thing I just wanted to point out that when we say fuel
Almost
depot, like
brings a
this
tear
is
to my
a
eye. It's a shack,
it is a shed like the size of a portalet, maybe.
1.5 portalets
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
words Fuel Depot
Right.
sprayed
Yeah. I just-
on the
I'm
front.
just-
handicap portalet.
I mean, I think that's what's kind of shocking about it is like portalet, and then it's like, oh, that was a MythBusters explosion.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
they filled it with for one, good explosion. For two, they filled it full of explodey things and gasoline.
Yeah.
Gasoline's more of a burny thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's random and top heavy and
Put that on the fucking box. Random and top heavy.
I mean, it's
Yeah, and they
watch it
don't
with
end
your
up
close friends, your bosom buddies.
and they don't end up in a hot tub at the end. They
Yeah.
just end up
They
hanging
end
out.
up at the
Louisiana casino.
casino,
and-
which is like a casino boat, theoretically.
I don't know. It looks like a shopping mall that they walked
does.
into.
Yeah, it's this whole movie's so fucking low rent. Like everything about it is just like this is not
Yeah.
fancy, expensive, awesome things you people are doing. You're
Or the
going to
one-
a fucking mall and then you walk into a casino where the progressive jackpot is like $2,000.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, nickel slots, 2,000 grand prize. Like,
yeah,
oh,
and then you're
sweet.
like, wow, this is a great casino here in Louisiana.
yeah,
Like
The one sex scene that Cobra takes place in it that looks like it's in Andy Sedaris' shower.
Yeah.
Where it
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
it's like filmed with an 8mm camera and a
yes,
flashlight.
yes,
yes,
I think the flashlights were intentional. I think they were trying to set a mood there.
No.
Look, I'm telling you,
Because they were like wiggling back and forth, and,
Yeah,
and shining, like making water.
I mean, I would make
They also played Under the Sea. They also played a fucking knockoff of Under the Sea.
That's true.
So they were trying to make it look like it was
underwater.
like underwater. Yeah, they were giving it an underwater vibe. Should we talk about the 8 fake songs? The 8 like knockoff ass songs.
they're all knockoff as fuck.
The only ones that I remember were Under the Sea, which is in the shower fucking scene, and amalgamation of 8 different Elvis songs.
Yeah.
From the casino scene in the early on in the movie.
Yeah, that's right, because Foo's an Elvis impersonator.
Yes, Elvis Foo.
Yeah.
Which, as I said, you missed Elvis Presley. I mean, it's right.
His
there.
name is Foo, though.
It doesn't
returning.
have
Yeah,
to be.
but it's already a vaguely racist
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
name.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes.
Well, his name was Foo.
Okay.
I mean,
At least, but
someone can
you know.
have a name of Fu, and lots of people do.
Yeah,
but I mean, like to name a generic Asian character Fu, like Fu Manchu, is problematic, and it's just like Lee is like saying Smith. I mean, it is just like one of the most
Right.
common last names across all of Asia.
Okay. Since we're probably close to the end because no one knows where the story started or ended up or anywhere, I just want to point out my favorite thing in this movie, which makes perfect sense, and I'm surprised that these movies, especially the ones with Julie Strain, have not done before. There are 2 instances in this movie where Julie Strain's tits are actual lethal weapons and knock someone out. She hits Gerald Lockmore in the face with them, and he goes fucking flying. And then during the final battle where they are wrestling Buff Bagwell,
That's right, yeah. She and Fu have to wrestle Buff.
they get
This
captured
is the
by
climactic
Buff,
scene. Of
and
the
he's
movie.
like, "All right, you're gonna wrestle big Indian boy here. Come on, come at me." And it's real bad, but he tries to punch her tits with his face, and it goes real bad.
And he gets hit by the heavy
It
bag.
does.
I'm sorry.
I think he was going for a headbutt, but Julie Strain is too tall,
Yes.
and he missed and hit her.
Yes,
Uh,
chesticles.
no, wait, I got a word. Hang on.
Okay, is it French?
No. Shh. He missed and hit her formidable tits.
Right on. I just, appreciate that. They would be painful.
Could be dangerous. There was that one guy whose neck got broken several years ago,
Yeah.
and then sued the stripper because she was wanging him with her huge tracts of land.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I appreciate that. Anyway, that's Day of the Warrior.
Yeah.
It's an anti-Sedaris film.
Day of the Warrior.
It's not a very good one.
Yeah,
and
you can tell by our enthusiasm here.
And by our lack of leading you through the plot like we normally do. It's just
it's so random. There's just no way to do it, and none of it matters. It's just none of it fucking matters.
I think that's what gets you so downtrodden. Is just like, oh, okay, they have sort of a plot. It's that Mission Impossible 1, like, the necklace is out. We got to save the people, and it's just like they're in trouble. Oh, they're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, they literally one of them got shot in the chest. It was fine. No vest. Just fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He got shot in the t-shirt. He's all right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right, no sense of danger
Yeah.
whatsoever.
The other guy pretty much got shot in the groin, and you thought he was out of the movie, but no, he just tourniquet that thing and give him a cane. He's fine. A rocket cane. I think the appropriate rating is 2 bags.
And that's where I was as well.
Yeah.
Not even for that joke. It's just
Yeah. It's,
I can't recommend it.
no.
I mean,
We were excited to get back to a regular ass Andy Sedaris movie, but Andy Sedaris
Yeah,
was
but-
not excited to get back to a regular ass Andy Sedaris movie. Like I said, the times changed.
yeah.
The mid to late 90s became a different market.
Yeah,
So I get that.
Filmmaking, the entire world changed around him.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was probably the best he could do with what he had, but
Yeah, it's just weird to think that it was only 9 years earlier that you were doing Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
which is the fucking best.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I will go with A because it's funny and B because it deserves it, and triple D 2 bags.
Triple D 2 bags.
Yes.
Got it.
Sure, why not? Rock hard,
Yeah.
unmoving, unwavering 2 bags.
Unwavering. Why won't they waver?
I mean, controlled by inertial
When I waver,
measures
well, I know.
and gravity and Newtonian physics. That kind of 2 bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They follow physics. It's just like,
Well, I was just saying,
unstoppable force and
Right.
immovable
Movable
objects.
objects.
Right, yeah. Which is that guy's face.
Right.
He is Marcus Alexander Bagwell, sir.
Okay, that guy's face. Yeah.
Buff Bagwell.
He became Buff Bagwell when he turned heel.
I remember
Oh,
Marcus
when he started
Alexander
working
Bagwell.
out?
I remember, yellow tights, I think?
Oh, they were
When
constantly-
he debuted?
They were different, like every week, but they were like male. I mean, dude was a
I
male
feel like
stripper.
So
So
I feel like his first look was like yellow tights
Yeah.
and yeah.
but he was part of a tag team called the American Males.
American males.
That was-
American males.
That was the whole theme
Yeah.
song. Was someone just saying American Males over and over again?
Man.
Wrestling was good
Yeah.
at the
Clearly.
time.
I'll take your word for it.
He became ridiculous. Like, you should look up pictures of like later '90s Buff Bagwell, and his look just became like a
I'm loving
top
this
hat.
top hat look.
Yes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Just ridiculous Cat in the Hat top hat that he would wear, which would have like lightning painted on it and shit.
It says buff.
Yeah. So
It's pretty good.
yeah.
He went from like normal sized, pretty buff dude to holy fucking shit.
yeah.
Steroids are awesome.
So he went from like Buff Bagwell to like Buff Sack Great.
Yes. Exactly.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Buff Duffel.
Buff
Supreme.
Duffel.
Buff Duffel. That's my wrestling name, and you can't have it. I'm Buff Duffel, and I'm here to say
I just came from the gym.
I'm putting 8 heads in my duffel bag.
I like
Buff Duffel.
Buff Duffel, yo. Yeah, you always want to make a Joe Pesci 8 heads in a duffel bag reference
It's
in wrestling.
the best.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
Where you
those
wanna go.
references.
Yeah, my tag team partner, he's based off the character of the Super.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Slum Lord. Woo!
they kind of did that in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Also got a glow, right? Was that like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was that too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho.
if you like what we do and you want more hot, weird discussions like that, you can go to patreon.com/bmfcast and give us a little bit of money, and you'll get some additional discussions on things like films and other films and sometimes television shows. But anyway, we've got some extra bonusy content that you can help keep the lights on by paying for. Patreon.com/bmfcast. Also, just go to bmfcast.com and check out the things that are there, like links to all of our stuff and all 585,000 previous episodes that we've done, including some Patreon bonus content that we make available for you, the plebes who don't pay for it. It's pretty cool that we do that, isn't it? Yes, it is.
You, the plebes.
You, the plebes.
Listen up, plebes.
Listen up, Fives. Attendance talking.
Thing is, if you're a plebe, you can still help us out
Yeah, you can.
by sharing the show with your friends.
Yeah, if you have no
With
money,
your other plebe friends.
Yeah.
if you have no money, at least you have some method by which to share.
Yeah. I mean, a retweet. It
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything. Just that little piece of your soul. But aside from that,
Direct message
You
it
didn't
to your
need it.
grandmother on your on Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
Tell
about
her,
our podcast.
tell her I was reading the Wall Street Journal, and I happened to come upon an article that mentioned these fellows.
Yeah, it was on the front page.
Twas.
We're going to talk about this till the end of time.
Yes, I am.
And
Probably.
we should.
We deserve it.
Yes.
Anyway, if you want to email us to tell us how great we are for being on the cover of the, or on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, bmf@bmfcast.com, or if you want to call and tell us vocally how great we are, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Remember, that's the Wall Street Journal's The BMFcast.
I'm trying to figure out if you're saying the person should tell us vocally how great we are, or if you were kind of yodeling there a little bit. Like, tell us vocally
It's
how
vocally.
great we are.
Vocally.
Tell us with your voice
Okay.
how great we are.
Okay. You know,
I like that
it.
you said call us and tell us vocally. Like,
Well, I mean, who knows? Somebody might think that they want to call us and then tap it out in Morse code, and we do not
Yes.
know
Yeah,
Morse
never
code.
know.
Oh,
don't call in and play a number station recording or anything.
Sorry, I just out of nowhere, just tangential to nothing. I was sitting somewhere the other day, and
Congrats.
I kept hearing the dum-de-dum-der noise. Like, I guess it was a fax machine.
Dum-de-dum-der.
But off in the background, I kept hearing, and I'm like, where's the dum-de-dum-der?
Well, where was it?
Could you tell what speed it was?
Yeah.
Did it bong?
I don't think
If
it's
it,
bug.
Yeah.
okay, it was probably a fax
Dum-de-dum-der
machine.
bong.
Yeah.
I mean, fax machines, what, did they...
33.6, I think, was
Yeah,
the
I
highest the
think
fax
that-
machine went up to.
Yeah, but I think they really only, like, peaked out, like, 19.2 or something really.
This
truly-
movie had a portable fax machine in the back seat of a car.
It did. It did. It didn't do any dumby-dumder D's.
No.
Yeah.
But
No,
anyway,
not under D's.
I just, it was just weird, because I hadn't heard that noise even for a fax machine in a long time.
I've heard it like as a sound clip, but I haven't heard it in person.
In
in
the
a long
wild?
time.
No.
No, this was, like, legit. This wasn't, like, a...
Where were you?
in a medical area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the medical industry still accounts for like
Yeah.
a vast majority of the faxes that are used in the world because it's
Yep.
secure and direct.
Yeah, you're just, whatever
HIPAA.
BS, like,
Yes.
700,
HIPAA.
700 club.
Can't violate that HIPAA.
Whatever thing is on television, and you just hear that.
Dumby dum.
Boing.
I think in the 90s I could have connected with just making the noises into the phone.
Yeah, you would have just
Yeah,
Michael
I think
Winslow
so, yeah.
yourself.
Michael Winslowed myself
onto your AOL.
onto my AOL account. Yeah.
All right, guys, check this out.
You think your internet's slow? My internet's Winslow.
Since we're on tangents,
Go ahead.
a former coworker wrote me and was like, "You have a podcast?"
Oh God.
And I was like, yeah. She's like, "How did this never come up in the whole year you were here?" And I was like, "Because I don't advertise it to people in my
'Cause
workplace.
I don't want anyone I know to know about it.
Yeah. But yeah, Chuck's wife tagged us
Oh, that's
on
all
Facebook,
right.
and
Yeah.
that's how she saw it. And I was
What?
like,
Wait, how did that connection happen?
What connection?
because I was tagged in it, so it shows up on my page.
Oh, so she was following you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But she's just like, "And you were in the Wall Street Journal?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I was.
She's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Let's not talk about it." I don't want
You really don't want to know.
You don't want to listen to it. It's stupid.
It's a true crime podcast.
So I told her to listen to the Nightmare Beach one. I'm like, just listen to the first 10 minutes because I break one of my friend's brains and then I offend all of Italy. Especially the filmmakers.
Who's film? What did you break? Who's brain got broken?
When we were good in the whole Haruck thing and then
Oh.
BJ like couldn't stop laughing
Yeah.
no matter what we did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Haruck.
And then I discussed how Italians came to US to make it a movie and then and BJ had to ask me to stop. He's like, "Come on, man, just stop.
Make it a movie.
Quit being funny. Just don't."
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever listened to it past that
No.
because she has not said anything since then. So I'm
No.
like, all right, well,
Yeah. She probably blocked you on
some
Facebook.
people aren't Wall Street Journal worthy.
Yeah. Arrivederci.
I told you all about that one Thanksgiving. A cousin came up to me and was like, "So I listened to your podcast." I'm like, "What? Why? No." Also,
you didn't.
I don't have a podcast. I don't know you. And I ran away and burned the house down.
Prank calling. Prank calling.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Right.
Kick him in the groin and run away.
Yeah, it is awful. Like
I don't
it is
even want people I
horrifying.
know and like to listen to this.
No,
podcast.
I mean, it's-
I only want strangers to listen. I love you out there, people who are strangers.
If you have
but-
candy, definitely.
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. I love candy, especially for strangers.
That-
But free
there
candy.
were people I used to work with who would email me like around August and be like, "Hey, you doing the horror thing?" I'm like, "How do you know about that? I don't. Who told you? Stop it. That's another person. It's not me." I don't know. Why are we all like this?
I don't. I'm embarrassed to be in the same room with you guys. Really,
I just-
That's kind of the big part of it.
I mean, I don't tell people out of embarrassment. I just don't tell people because it wouldn't be relevant to them. You know, and I don't want to like.
Yeah.
I never want to be like, I do this thing, and you should feel guilty and like feel like you should listen and try to engage with me about it. even though you have absolutely no real, no interest in anything we're talking about. I never want to
Right.
put somebody in that kind of situation. So it's just like,
I guess I always feel like it's a explanation I want to avoid because there's no like
It
sentence.
takes 5 minutes.
There's no elevator pitch that you can say, well, we watch a movie and we talk about it, and they're like, oh, like film critics, and I'm like, not really, and they're like, oh, did you see this?
No.
And I'm like, okay, that's a real movie. That's not what we do. And it's like, well, what do you do? And it's like, which of our 500 movies
Well-
would you have heard of?
And that's the thing is, I think all our episodes suck. When someone asks for a recommendation, I'm like, no, they're all bad.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
I mean, fair.
I mean, the worst,
I hate listening to myself, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Yeah, I should be like any episode I'm not on. Those are the good ones.
I about every worst I have to do is about every 6 months I have to, as deflectively as possible, explain what a podcast is to my 92-year-old grandmother.
Right.
I mean, just because, with no intention.
Is it like a radio
Yeah,
show?
I mean, well, that's the thing. Is you have to be like,
You're
all right.
on the radio,
I was
hollow.
like radio, but that you can get any time. And how do I get it? You don't.
Does it come to my mailbox?
I was like,
You should let your grandma listen to us.
yes.
They cost money. You're on a fixed income, grandma.
Yeah, that's
That's a good
probably
one.
a
That's
good way
good.
to
You can't
avoid it.
afford a Patreon. Get out of my
Yeah.
face, you plebe.
Yeah, go tell your plebe friends.
Get out
though.
of here, plebe ball.
I remember one of.
You may retweet us. That's it, grandma.
I'm gonna set you up a Twitter account, Grandma, and a bot to just retweet us every time.
Yes. Smash that like button,
Granny
grandma.
Harlow.
Get out of here when you can afford an NFT, grandma.
But also have grandma listen to this episode about the titties, and
Right.
I think she'll enjoy it.
A lot of the time, I'll try to relate, like what we do, like our elevator pitch. I'll try to relate it back to like, hey, so what's your favorite guilty pleasure thing? It's like, okay, that's our kind of thing, but with movies, and then we talk about it for an hour and make a bunch of dick jokes.
Yeah,
So while we're going on tangential podcast related things, I remember somebody I work with found out I had the podcast, and I don't know if they listened or not, but they knew I'd been doing it for a while. And she came up to me one day and she was like, "Hey, I was thinking about starting a podcast with my husband. Do you have any advice?" And my advice, don't. Exactly. I was like, don't
do it.
just don't.
No.
And she's like, what? And I was like, it's not a you thing. It's not like you shouldn't start a podcast.
It's too
just
late.
nobody should
Yeah,
do a
no.
podcast.
Yeah,
No one will
it's-
make it.
It's too late.
It's a pain in the ass. It's stupid.
Us, we're here strictly on inertia.
Yes, we've been doing it so long we
Right.
don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
Like the titties in this movie turning sideways.
Yeah.
We just can't
Yeah,
stop.
they just
My
can't-
car just drives,
Yeah.
whether I'm in it or not, just drives up on Wednesdays.
It's up today.
Yeah, I had to do it manually today, but then tomorrow I'll
I
have to
mean,
go out and stop it.
The rule of the internet is if your parents have heard of it, it's done.
Yeah,
Like you will, there is no money to be made unless you're already famous. It doesn't matter. Like NFTs.
Well, there's
whoever
no
was
money
gonna,
to be.
Yeah, whoever was going to make
Yeah.
money off it already laundered a shit ton of money through
yeah,
them.
it's over.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear about a new money making venture, it's over. It's done. And podcasts were done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Also, just FYI, all of those NFTs that you see going for like hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever, that's fake money.
Yeah, that's
That's
all laundered
literally
money.
fake money. I assume you guys know that because you're not idiots, but just those out there in TV land,
Yeah.
that's fake money. Just ignore everything having to do with NFTs and cryptocurrency because it's a house of cards.
And Nintendo
Yes.
auctions, because those are bullshit too.
What the fuck is a Nintendo auction?
Like, there was a sealed copy of Super Mario that sold for like $1 million or something, but it was just a scam by the auction house they inflated their own price, but that caused all
God.
the other prices to inflate everywhere else, so it just became this dumb market.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, no, your Mario is not worth that.
So the only true investment is Pogs.
Correct.
Put all your money in Pogs. They're coming back.
It's
Don't
due.
I know
it's,
it.
it's due. I
Pogs.
got a whole like 30 Pogs that are gonna be my retirement.
Yep.
30?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Especially, I hand-picked all of these when I was like,
Foil wrapped and...
they're
Nah,
not
man.
foil wrapped, but some of them are foil.
My
Some
money's
of them are
my
hollow
money's
foil.
still in Beanie Babies. I think it's coming back around again.
It'll probably come back around just
Yeah.
before Pogs do, but
Yeah.
I'll be ready. I'll know when the Beanie Babies are coming to go dig the Pogs
Get
out
the
of my
Pogs out.
parents'
It's going to be an
garage.
active Beanie Baby round this time. It's going to be like a combination of hacky sacks coming back at the same time. And
Oh,
We're
okay.
just going to play with the
Just
babies.
gonna kick the babies.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
Ready,
Kick
Ike?
the baby.
Right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
let's get out of here, shall we?
Yeah,
Have we droned on enough?
Yeah, thanks for listening this far. Anyone
Yeah.
who's still here.
You plebes.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. We'll see you next time, fuckers.
Good night.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try something different.
Sure. You fuckers. Whew. That's a podcast.
Fax machines.
That's a podcast.
You make it a podcast. Hey, make it a podcast.
All right, I updated our letterbox list.
Hell yeah.
I had not been here since Shark Night.
Shark Night.
Shark Night 3D, which we did not see.
I've
in
never
3D.
quite figured out if I should feel guilty doing.
That's the
Italian
outfit
accent.
that I remember from Marcus Alexander.
Oh,
Bagwell.
okay, yeah.
I've never
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
figured out
Before
if
he
I should
hit the
feel
roids.
guilty
Yes.
for doing a Italian accent caricature thing or not.
I don't
I'm
know.
really
Italians
not
are
sure.
kind of white. I
They're
guess,
fellow
so
white
it's okay.
people.
That's the thing is like I don't know. Like I mean I feel like it's maybe I'm not allowed to because I don't think I have like literally any Italian blood heritage in me that I know of.
I
I
bet
can
you
get some
do.
Italian in you.
Well,
after-
probably.
after
I mean, it's yes. I
I'm
mean,
married to partial Italian.
There you go. You
I
got a
just,
license.
I mean, all my blood's like French, English, Irish.
it's all the same.
The stuff up there.
All that white
Stuff
shit.
up there.
That's why I hate myself. I'm like,
Oh, this.
well, I mean, English, Irish,
this is a
and-
breakthrough.
English, Irish, and French. I mean, no wonder I fucking hate myself.
Yeah.
And then every time I start to hate myself, I just give up.
When does Dune leave HBO?
It's like 6 days. You better hurry.
6 days.
Fuck. I don't know when the hell I'm going to watch it then.
I mean, it'll be back.
It will be back.
The cool thing is, like, I have noticed that, like, the ones that when they drop in 4K and they come back, they stay 4K.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good.
yeah. 'Cause, like, and then every once in a while, some weird random thing pops up. Like the first Wonder Woman movie is in 4K on there for some reason, but I don't think the second one is. Even
Really?
though that was in 4K when it dropped
It
for
was?
free. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Warner HBO's Max is weird sometimes.
Just didn't have enough space on that server.
I guess. I think we're
It's like, oh, we can't.
Nobody liked this.
Yeah. Nobody
We should
needs
turn
this
down
in
the
4K.
quality.
Yeah. Maybe they'll like it better. Turn down the quality. It's the name of our Broadway show. Turn down the quality.
Sounds about right.
That's a good one.
All right. I guess it's time to get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
Harlow.
Marlo.
I'm Marlo.
Go ahead and take us off the line. I have a question for the room.
Oh, a room question.
The
Room.
answer is
It's you're tearing me apart.
42.
I'm fed up with this world.
I've been waiting so long
Yeah.
for you to ask. Is the answer to that?
Oh, hi,
question.
doggy. All right. Good night, internet.
Good night. Thanks for
Thanks.
watching.
Thanks for
classy.
watching this awful podcast.
It was bad. We admit it.
Don't watch.
It's always bad.
Don't tell your parents.
Don't tell your parents.
All right. Don't tell our parents.
Oh, yeah, y'all tell everybody. Just nobody.